Hello and welcome, Dirty William here, back with more fun. So, we've got, I'm going to advance to the next level, which is level 9. Let's see, we're going to go Concentration, Spellcraft UMD, 24 UMD. That is funny. And Spot. Spot has not helped so far. I'm hoping it gets better. I hope. Okay, and why wouldn't my phone ring? Why not? Be right back. Sorry about that. Okay, leveling process. We get a class feat and a normal feat. Class feat way down here. There it is. Pact Magic. Spells added to your Warlock spell book. Phantasmal Killer. Fine, I guess. Now, the next feat, I am unsure of what to take. Again, I've been sticking with the meta magics. I have not even turned these things on for anything. Why? Because I've not been using anything. Nothing is available for that. Nothing is available for these guys. So that's my main DPS. So I'm not really sure what to choose. If you look at my spells that I have, Entangle, I guess Heighten might work on that. Yeah, Quicken, Heighten, and Enlarge. Featherfall is not worth it. Web, I've not even used. Haven't used Invis. I've used Knock a couple times, and it seems like I have to roll a 17 or above to get it to work. Crushing Despair I've used a couple times. Heighten and Quicken and Enlarge would work on that. Enlarge is just, but Heighten might be a thing. I'm not really sure what spells I get later on, so it's kind of hard to choose. So what I'm thinking of doing is Extend would help at these low levels, and I can always switch it out later. It's either that or another toughness just for hit points, because I don't see anything else in here that would really help a lot. So Extend for the regular feat, the Pact Thing class feat, we're done. So get stuff and things, and we finish. And go to action points real quick. And again, I've been putting points into this. Now, these are locked because I have to be level 12. Character level 12. Obviously, I'm not. So, I've been putting a lot of points into this. I've already spent 30 AP. So, at some point, I can go ahead and put some in this. Again, this is level 12 as well. So, what I'm thinking about doing is going through and chucking some points into some of these things. The aura would be nice, but I don't melee. This would be more for if I splash monk or some other melee type of thing, then the blast would be an aura around me. So what I'm thinking about doing is putting some things in this. That's the only things that I have, because it's pure Warlock. I have human, and human versatility really isn't going to help me that much. I could go for like a heroism thing, which would be okay. What I'm thinking I should have done is probably just for the run speed and stuff is taken the Dragon Mark of Passage and had the Expeditious Retreat and the D-Door clicky type of thing, but I did not. I just, winged it pretty much. So of these two, I'm not sure which to put in. These are kind of aura dependent, and I don't want to use an aura. I want to use... Ooh, brutality. What is that? Brute fighting. Yeah, this is more for like melee stuff. So I think this one might help out. Let's take a look at this. Inhuman Understanding. +1 damage with melee and range attacks. +5 universal spell power. So what do we get that would be decent? Range of magic attack. Magic consume bits of your opponent's form, disintegrating bits of them for 2d10 chaotic damage every 2 seconds. Wouldn't be too bad. Subtle spell casting. Let's see. Eldritch Blast melee range reduce fortitude saving throws. Wouldn't be too bad. No, thank you. +1 melee power, range power, and +2 universal spell power. And I'm not really sure. 25% fort +4 saving throws versus poison disease. Immunity to fear. I think, let's just go ahead and put some points into this. So that's a good one. The consume sounds neat. That does not, because I'm not melee. Reducing fortitude saving throws might be a thing. +2 universal spell power sounds nice, but I'm not certain it's worth it. Let's see. What is this? Stricken range magic attack. Um, let's see, cooldown, action point cost. Um, let's just go ahead and do that, I guess. And what else can we put a couple points into? I'm mostly solo, so the threat generation is not going to be that big of a deal. Cone shape would be kind of neat. Burning blood. Your flesh is weak. What is this? We'll look at that stuff later. Let's just focus on this. So, subtle spell casting is not really going to do anything. Taint of blood, I think, might be the way to go. +1 to my will saves. My will saves seem to be okay. Yeah, just go ahead and do this. Why not? I can always reset things later. So that's level 8 in a nutshell. Now I'm level 9. I'm planning on doing some level 7 stuff like islands and Tier of Decon and things like that. And I want to try them on Elite. I did an Elite Tide Turns at level 8. It was a level 9 quest, and I got down to like 2 hit points at one point, and that was kind of scary. Excuse me. Had to cough there. Like I do. I got down to 2 hit points, and I thought it was going to be pretty much over with. But I managed to drink some pots. I had a hireling with me, of course, so that I could get healed up. But I guess what I'm going to do is try Tier of Decon on Elite and some other things, level 7s on Elite, just to get it done. Try to level up a little bit more quickly. But one thing I think I'm going to do is a really quick hard run through Delaris so I can make sure I get my voice, because that would help out quite a bit. This has been a long process, just getting all the XP needed for this level. So check. I've got a hireling. Yes, I do. He expires in 9 minutes. I'll go ahead and pick one up. So whenever something interesting happens, I'll be back. Alrighty, I am back, and I am going to be taking... Ooh, she looks cool. I'm going to be taking level 10 a bit early because I want to try and get some progress done. There's nothing at these levels that I've run already that I want to rerun. Advance to the next level as a Warlock. Concentration. Spellcraft. UMD. And Spot. I can't really see too much of a difference in Spot so far. I'm hoping that I will get that up high enough. I might just need a Spot item. Let's see, class feat. Resistance of the Great Old One, +5 acid resistance. Well, that's not bad. So we'll do that, and we get 1 spell. Everard's Black Tentacles. Ooh. Zone filled with many rubbery black tentacles for 10 seconds. One side, the zone enemies are slowed. No save. Every 2 seconds, let's see, strength save, entangled, 1d4 bludgeon damage. Fortitude, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so that's a new spell. That is interesting. I might take that just to see what it is. Now, I was planning on getting teleport whenever possible, or at least a dimension door or something. I think teleport would help me out. I would like to see what this black tentacles thing looks like, but I think teleport will help me progress faster. So we have those 2 spells. We also have True Seeing, which is not necessary on this character because I'm not doing any melee. Yeah, I'm going to go with Teleport. So we'll go to Next and Finish. And I have 3 action points because, as you can see at the bottom, I'm quite a bit of XP away. I am actually, what, 60k-ish? 65-ish? 65, 55? I don't know, whatever. Let's go ahead and put this on the hotbar, by the way, before I completely forget. And let's spend a little bit of action points. So, let's see. I was putting some points into this area over here. Let's see, what is this? 25% fort. Yeah, let's take that. Let's see, Hunger for Destruction, spell power stuff, get to blind an enemy, Against targets marked by your consume attack, your melee range and Eldritch Blast attacks reduce spell resistance, PR, and MRR of a target by -2 for 10 seconds. So up to a -10 for their PR and MRR, which is not awful. When you use consume on an enemy, the feeding increase your movement speed by 1% per Warlock level. So that wouldn't be horrible, I don't guess. But I'm not certain if I want to do that. Here's the plan that I have, and this is deviating slightly. I'm probably going to drop in power. I just need to get a, what do you call it, the Sibber's Dragon Shard thing, because I want to get rid of Empower, and I want to take the Dragon Mark of Passage, so that I have a little bit better run speed, get to and from and in between quests faster, and also have that DDO clicky, because I just like that quite a bit. So I'm going to probably do that soonish, whenever I can get at my hands on a Sibber's Dragon Shard, I guess. But this level has been pretty decent. Stormcleave Outpost, which is normally a little bit more difficult on a caster, was an absolute breeze because I'm not using any spell points. So ha ha ha. I'm mostly just, shooting things. Here's an interesting thing too. I don't if I do this, it just looks like I'm scooting along, which is kind of funny looking. Anyway, that's the leveling up process there, so I'm now at level 10. 2 more levels to go before the end of the video, and I'll see you back soon. So here's a quick little tidbit of information. The arcane oozes that drop out of the trees here in the prisoner, they are healed by acid, much like a clay golem would be. So I resorted to having to drop out of my stance or whatever, the blast that I use, and using this just to throw at them. I did use this to good effect, the consume, so that was okay. Crushing Despair did nothing, Phantasmal Killer did nothing, so that was pretty interesting. So if you use acid, you might want to bring our thrower along, or at least a hireling that can maybe do some work for you, or maybe group, which I don't do. Back in a little bit. There he is, or she is. Just got capped for level 11 at least. From a hard and normal jungles run. This is what I've done. This character received a Lesser Tome of Learning. I upgraded that with Turbine points to get a Greater Tome of Learning. I'm also running a 30% pot right now that I had in the bank. So, going well. Let's see, advance to the next level is a Warlock. We're going to go Concentration, Spellcraft, UMD, and where's my spot? Right about there. Oh, I also got a +2 tome. Not sure where it shows it here. I thought it showed it over here. Maybe not. Got a +2 spot tome that I used, so that was nice. So let me see here. Get another spell. I could take DDO, but I have changed my Empower to the least Dragon Mark of Passage because I want the DDO clicky. Not hurting for spell points, honestly. With Extend, I can go through pretty much an entire quest without having to shrine, so that's decent. So I don't think Dimension Door would be a thing. Haste would be okay, but I'm not really doing melee stuff. We've got Banishment, Bestow Curse, Charm Monster, Deep Slumber. Innervation might be good for bosses. Let's do this. We can always change it later. So that's all our stuffs. And some action points. Yeah, so this right here is what I mainly wanted, was this Dragon Mark of Passage, but the Dimension Door is also relevant in my opinion. I haven't been putting points into here because I want to try to get that DDO clicky as soon as I can. So let's see, improved recovery would be helpful. And I think, let's see, what is our charisma at now? 26. I could put a point into that. Let's go ahead and go charisma, I guess. What do I need for this? I need to spend 5 points in a tree. That should be no problem. So we do that and this, and we go ahead and get the D-door clicky. And I'm not taking the teleport because I have teleport spell. I don't know. The dimension door clicky is a nice little addition in my opinion. So those are all of the action points. And let's see. Let's go ahead and put this right there, I suppose. That'll be our dimension door thing. Stats, pretty much what you would assume. I am tempted, very, very tempted, to go ahead and take level 12 now, after I kill like a bad guy or two, because I would like to get the videos processed and up so people can see kind of what it does at the various levels. The only thing I can comment on, again, spot is lacking, but that could be helped with maybe a splash or a higher intelligence for some action points. Obviously, a wisdom item would help too. I think I'm still wearing this +2 wisdom helm. Yeah, that's not going to help anything at all. My gear is subpar. It is awful. However, that's fine because I'm able to do most of the stuff with a higher on hard. If I had better gear, it would help immensely. But I just don't have a crafting tune on this server. I don't have a lot of hand-me-down type of things. For example, right now it would be nice to have some ancient elven relics and get the what do you call it? Elfcraft breastplate, because that is actually mithril and considered light armor, so that would help a little bit. The potency wouldn't be too bad either. So this is what I was using earlier, from like in the levels 3 through about 7 or so. Kinetic, lore, potency, corrosion, and impulse. I switched over to this. This is just mainly acid and corrosion stuff, not anything kinetic. I cannot find anything on the auction house. There's nothing. Everybody's bought everything out that has anything to do with kinetic lore because of the force damage that Warlocks can do. So I'm not sure if I should switch, and I think I can use this, the Underdark Blast. That will change it from force to evil, and maybe go with a nullification item. That might be a thing to do. I'm not sure. But I'm going to do some more questing, and I'm not sure how much of this level I am going to bank. As you can see, I'm only 1 XP away from level 12. Right now, there are quite a few quests that have some decent XP, so I'll probably run for a little bit more. I am not sure. We're getting into the part where things are going to be taking longer just because of the XP needed. I'm sitting at, what, 630k right now, and I'm going to need basically another 1.3 million. So that's a lot. That's a lot of XP to fill. So anyway, I'll be back in a bit. So yeah, I couldn't hold off anymore. I got like 1 explorer out in Adorex, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and take the level because I feel like it. So concentration, spellcraft, UMD of 30. Oh, that is so silly. And a little bit of spot. And a class feat and a normal feat. What do we get for the class feat way down here? Thought shield, another +1 to will save. Okay. And a feat. Oh my goodness. This is where I'm having problems. Spell pin might be a thing. I'm going to go for toughness because I said so. I know, it's ridiculous. Okay, so that is level 12, and that is going to be the end of the video. Overall, I can say that thus far it is still very easy to level, even with the minimal amount of cruddy gear that I have. So I use the chain shape for mobs, and then I will switch to Eldritch Blast Focused whenever I'm in a fight with a boss. I normally use this Faltering Blast. This does do pretty well. I'm going to switch to the Underdark Blast, which makes my force damage into evil, just to see how that goes, because the item that I currently have, this Acid Lore of Corrosion, also has a 54, plus 54 to my nullification, so that might help do some more damage. You never know. It should. Innervating Shadow, that I use whenever there's just maybe 1 or 2 creatures here and there, not like a whole pack of mobs. I can switch to that, and this will actually do a seeker, homing missile type of thing and seek mobs out. So that's pretty useful as well. All of these have their place. All of these things can be used to good effect. Now, the other spells here, the Crushing Despair, the Phantasmal Killer, I've used those maybe twice, and that's all. The Consume is pretty good for bosses. The Command, I don't really use that much. Just like the Web and the Entangle. I tried them in Tharask Arena. It really didn't make much of a difference. Things died so quickly anyway, it didn't matter. I think what I'm going to do is start doing some stuff on Elite, mostly on Elite, because I think I should be able to handle it. Now, in quests with lots of traps, I might have to purchase a DDO hire from the store and use him or her to get the traps done. But I think for the most part I should be okay doing Elites. We'll see. But that is going to be the end of this episode. I hope you enjoyed. Until next time, this is Dirty William, reminding you to do the dirty work.